Marvin Humes to you. For promotion, I think you just have to keep being in people's faces, you know, be it on YouTube or on Twitter or you know, more traditional forms like showcases and just being at the right place at the right time. I remember I got into the industry because I handed my, it's quite old school, I handed my demo CD to Simon Webb from Blue. I met him he was at some charity football event and there was loads of musicians there, and I burnt a CD with my tracks on it, and I just literally blagged my way into a VIP area and I just gave it to as many people as I could and said, look, I'm a singer, trying to get into the business, here's my records, you know, and I probably gave it to 20 people that day and probably given out 200 of those CDs over the year, and luckily one of them, you know, turned into a success. So I just think, as I said, ultimately you just have to continue to be seen, to be, so people know about you, you know, and fingers crossed, you know, the right person will see you, and you just have to keep knocking on those doors, and one will open eventually. Like anything in life, you know, even if you're not on the road, me and the boys, we train a lot in the gym. I'm very lucky that I've been in a band, and being in a band with boys, you know, we've got a great, you know, healthy relationship which is competitive, you know, and Ali will know from the four of us when we're together, it's who can do the most press-ups and who can do the most pull-ups, which is great, you know, we'll go to the gym together and push each other. Obviously you're a solo artist, so it's a little bit more difficult, but you know, it's all about being motivated, and you know, I sometimes struggle with being motivated in the gym, so I have a trainer that pushes me, you know, so I think it's difficult to push yourself to the fullest by yourself in a gym situation. So yeah, it's important to keep, you know, keep fit, and I always like to train first thing in the morning like you guys have just done, so you know, you start the day the right way. And your diet is very important, although it can be difficult. I remember me and the boys, we spent 6 weeks touring America, and you know, we literally was in 5 states in one day sometimes. It was very tough and grueling, but obviously that's the game, you know. As I said earlier, you need to be seen by as many people, and we'd visit 10 radio stations in one day, sing an a cappella, play a track, and then leave and go to the next one. And with that, you may not be able to have time to eat healthily, and so it's difficult, but you know, you just have to do your best to eat as well as you can, and train as much as you can. I'll say that the biggest struggle was when I lost my first record deal when I was like 20. As I said earlier, you know, you definitely get disheartened, and it's like your world's come crashing down, you know, and it can be tough. So bouncing back from that was probably the hardest thing. You know, for a while I sort of gave up on my music career. Always remained a fan of music and always would sing, but it was definitely disheartening and knocked my confidence for sure. But you know, I picked myself back up and obviously worked towards. I started actually a solo career in between. I didn't mention that. I started a solo career between VS and JLS. And then Arisha called me to join JLS, but I'd say that losing my first record deal was the toughest thing. I know a story about Lady Gaga. She's lost record deals in the past. She signed to Universal and then collaborated with Akon and then released Let's Dance, I think was it. Yeah. And obviously the rest is history. So it happens to the best of them, you know. You can be the most talented person in this room or the most talented person in the country, but it might not necessarily work for you at that particular time. Eventually, your talent will speak through. Ultimately, it's my love for music. You know, that's what it was. You can't, if you're growing up with that inside you. I've been singing since I was 5 or 6. You know, you never lose that love, and you have to keep hold of that passion that you have. And sometimes, as I said, for me, it was definitely disheartening, but you know, you eventually, hopefully, will pick yourself up and remember why you're sitting here today, why you've got that love for music, and and always, you know, never forget that, because that's, you know, you can't buy that. It's a great feeling. It's the worst. It's the worst. I mean, you're absolutely right. The time when I was most nervous in my life was when we auditioned for the X Factor, and we was in front of Louis Walsh, Simon Cowell, Danny Minogue and Cheryl Cole. And I've never been so nervous in my life, just singing in front of 4 people, you know, and you could put me on stage in front of 20,000 and I would, you know, I wouldn't be nervous, because obviously we've been very fortunate to perform in front of big crowds, you know. But yeah, I agree, to perform in front of a smaller crowd is more intimidating. But again, because I'm in a band, you've got that camaraderie with your bandmates where the 4 of us just, you know, bounce off of each other and we just have a great time on stage. So I still do get nervous, you know. I'm now venturing into a new career with DJing and TV presenting and things like that, and it's new to me. So anything that's new to me, I'm naturally going to be a bit nervous for, because I want to do the best I can. So yeah, if you put me on stage right now, my 3 boys in front of you guys, I'd be okay. But you know, I'm a bit nervous doing this today. It's the first time I've kind of done this, so you're naturally going to have nerves, but you just have to use them to be a positive energy, and you know, it'll all be okay. You'll lose the nerves quickly. Most of the time you get nervous because you might not be well prepared, and I think the most important thing, if you're in a situation where you have to be your best, you kind of got to be well prepared for that, because you know what you're doing, and then your nerves won't be as much because you're confident in your preparation. It just takes belief, hard work, determination, dedication. You have to believe in yourself, because no one else will believe in you. You know, you have to have that. When I met Arishe from my band, I believed in his vision, and I brought in 2 guys that believed in me and Arishe. And you know, if you've got that, because you're going to knock on a lot of doors, and you're going to sing in front of a lot of people, and 99.9% of those people are going to just turn away and be like, yeah, you're okay, you're cool, and then just go about their business, you know. But that 0.01%, hopefully that'll be someone that can, you know, make something happen for you. And as I said, you're going to get so many knockbacks, and it's so disheartening, but just believe that you can make it happen. You know, there's so much talent in this room right now, and you know, every single one of you has to have that belief that you're the best, and you're, you know, the best songwriter, you're the best singer, you're the best ultimate artist. Because if you've got that belief and that confidence, it's not arrogance, it's just that, you know, that confidence that you can turn it on in the, you know, the time that you need to. And preparation is important, and nurturing your craft, whether you're a songwriter or a singer or a producer or wherever you are in this room, it's just dedicating every hour of every day to what you do. Because I always had that mentality when I was younger, that if I don't spend all of my spare time doing it, there's going to be someone else out there like me, that's better than me, that's spending more time than me, and it's most likely that they're the person that's going to make it. And I had that from a young age, and it was important to me to know that I have to give it absolutely everything. Because if it never worked out, then I could have said I gave it my all. And it's important that, you know, you can go to sleep at night, if you can sleep, if you've not got so many things in your head, and know that you've worked hard that day and you've given it everything you can, because it's a tough world, it's a tough business, very, very competitive. And you also have to be nice to people as well. You have to be very nice, you know, and not in a cheesy way, just, you know, people I met 10 years ago when I was 17 are now in very high positions in record companies that 10 years ago were making teas for people, you know, and I'm still making it in what I do, you know, and I've been very successful the last 6 years, and those people now that are in high positions, I might go to them tomorrow and say, I've got this record I'm working on and blah, 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 blah. And they might say, you know what, I remember you, Marvin, you was cool. I'll give it a chance, you know. You never know who's going to be what in how many years, and it's important to always remember that. And whoever you meet, it's important to remember people's names, and you know, just be yourself and be polite, and just work really, really, really hard.
Thank you very much, Marvin.
No worries.
Guys, deserve a massive round of applause.